smart enough not to stand up 5 minutes early. We all fell for it except for you.
We could start a minute early, but
Credit there.
the longest minute of my life.
Yeah. 2 minutes.
No, that's wrong.
I'm looking at my phone. We started at 10:28. I stood up at 10:28. This is why we need the Jeopardy music.
All right, the time has come. Morning. We'll open the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Thank you. We'll start with the approval of the minutes from January 20th meeting. Those have been presented.
I looked those over. Did you see anything? Good. Joe, so if you guys didn't see any corrections, I'll make a motion. We accept the minutes as presented from last meeting.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, welcome to all our visitors this morning, including Mayor for a Day, Chris Lake from WRSW. Good to see you. Today's not the day. All right. Lynn, anything from your end on reports?
No, I have no reports.
All right, good. No unfinished business. Let's move into new business. Appears we've got the opening of some bids for a Ford F-550 chassis for the street department. Do you have any bids, Lynn?
I have one bid.
One bid. Careful with the scissors.
I know.
All right, received from Pyramid Equipment, Inc., Rolling Prairie, Indiana. Pyramid Equipment, Inc. And the quote is for 2022 Ford F-550 in the amount of $65,280. So that is the only bid. Do you all want to take that under advisement? Here.
Doing our due
Yeah, we'll check back at the end of the meeting. Thank you. All right. Item 2, Jeremy, got some pay apps from Anchorage Road. A couple of them.
Yeah, these are just our standard pay applications as part of the NDOT project for Anchorage Road. The first one is for PE, it's number 33, in the amount of $2,795. This is paid out of edit, as we're getting closer to finishing that engineering portion of the contract.
Questions?
No, I'll move to approve pay app.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. Then item 3 would be application for, it looks like right-of-way. Is this engineering on the right-of-way, Jeremy, or is this actual right-of-way?
This is for right-of-way services. This is pay application 13, the amount of $1,230. This would be like your appraisal fees, your surveying, legal descriptions, that for the right-of-way acquisition part of the property, or for the project. So this is pay application 13, the amount of $1,230. The good news is, with Scott's help, we finally acquired, or have an approval to acquire the last piece of the property. So last piece of right-of-way that we needed. So that'll be coming before the Board of Works, and that'll be the last parcel of right-of-way that we need to require to move this project forward, so.
All right, questions?
I move to approve.
I'll second that.
All right, any further discussion or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. Jeremy, can you just give us a quick update on the timeline on that project?
So I believe our intent is to go out to bid sometime next year, 2024. It'll probably primarily be a 2025 construction period.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, item 4 is a release for fiber optic construction, Zayo.
Yeah, this performance bond was pulled in 2013, so it's been a while, in the amount of $100,000. The work has been done for some time. It was supposed to be in place for a year. Obviously, it's been, that time period has expired. So basically, they're just requesting the release, and I don't see any reason why we wouldn't release it at this point.
All right,
Did they just forget?
Yeah, I think they just probably forgot, and probably doing some work, some auditing themselves, and realized they still had a performance bond outstanding.
I'll move we approve the release of the bond.
Second.
all right, further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thanks, Jeremy. Item 5, be travel requests. Morning, Denny.
Good morning. So as you see, we have we're gearing up to get a lot of employees out to some trainings and conferences that are coming up. We've got one there for the mayor, for the leadership prayer breakfast down in Indianapolis. Several of our officers, police officers, are going to interdiction conference. One officer to the highway traffic safety conference. The 4 next one's for the Underground Construction International Conference. You guys have previously approved that. They had to add an extra night at a hotel because of the early flight time that they had to take. So that's just an additional night at a hotel for that one. We've got Dustin and Joe from the street department both going to the Purdue Road School. 4 more, myself included, going to the Indiana Safety and Health Conference at the end of the month. So there'll be a total of 6. We approved 2 last meeting. There's a total of 6 of us going down for that. And then Becca from Building and Planning going to Indiana Supportive Housing Institute next week.
Questions?
Good.
Yep.
I move to accept all as presented.
I'll second that.
All right, any further questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. And then you've got a short new hire change in payroll report.
Yep, pretty simple in this month, or this meeting. We have 2 new employees, Kyler Denny, a laborer with the Parks Department. He was a summer temporary employee with us. We had an opening come open, and he jumped in and filled that position, so he's now full-time with the Parks. And then Kevin Smith is the other new employee, electrician at wastewater. Troy Skis, we gave him a job development raise as he is doing a lot of the experience stuff with the electricity out there in wastewater. So.
Questions?
No, I'll move to approve the new hire and change report.
Second.
All right, further discussion or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right,
Thank you.
thanks, Denny. All right, this next item, Stacy will talk about the agreement with Language Matters, then I'll make a few comments about that.
This is an agreement with Language Matters for ongoing annual support services from them. So last year, we contracted with them to kind of bring us up to speed with translating all of our documents at that point in time and to set up the Spanish call center for us. This is to provide ongoing support as we have changes to forms, new documents. We can make sure that those are always staying up to date through Language Matters. And then it also provides support for me to have social media posts translated as needed. And then if we have forms that are turned back into city departments that have been filled out in Spanish, they would help to translate those forms for our departments to be able to use that information as well. And then there are a few optional items built in marketing campaigns. One example would be COVID. This would have been really helpful during that time. We thankfully had some good volunteers who helped us at that time. But if we have a situation like that where we need to be really engaging with the Spanish-speaking community, we can use Language Matters for a campaign in that way. And then also for short videos if we needed to, or chose to do videos of some kind, whether it was for social media or something else, they would help with creating those in Spanish for us.
Questions? So we've worked, Stacy and I have worked with Lucas at Language Matters this past year. We spent a lot of time and energy trying to come up with a program that would allow access to those that speak Spanish. If they've got questions, reading forms, understanding city documents. That's been set up. It's done well, and this is primarily just the ongoing maintenance of that. The call center has proven to be useful. It's rather new, but we've had several calls, and we think it, again, makes a lot of sense to be able to have that opportunity if someone has a question that we're able to do that. So, again, this is primarily an extension of a lot of the work that was done last year. And then, as Stacy said, any documents that need to be updated, they will do that as well. So, questions or comments?
So you were impressed by their work?
They've done very good work. It's always hard to rely on, say you've got an employee perhaps that has a second language. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. And this is just, to me, a more professional way to handle those situations as they come up, be it spoken, be it written, and social media. It makes a lot of sense to do it in a very organized, professional way.
Formal.
Yep.
Well, I'll move we approve the annual agreement.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Stacy. Looks like we've got some park contracts. Good morning.
Good morning. We're going to go ahead and start with the Kensington one first. We have an agreement here between the Parks Department and Kensington Digital Media for you to look over. And I also invited Chris to come talk about what they do to help us out in that partnership.
Morning, Chris.
Morning. So, with our group of radio stations here in Warsaw, we're obviously very committed to being connected to the community. And so the partnership that we've been able to forge with the Parks Department over the last several years has given them the opportunity to have a bigger voice for their concerts. And so we kind of agreed to help promote those concerts in exchange for them allowing us to be a part of it. And so we use our bullhorns, so to speak, to give them a lot of advertising and to give away tickets and bring audience members out to the concerts and to kind of promote the cause and the purpose of those concerts. We've also been able to, thankfully, because of the Parks Department, change the classic rock concert into an opportunity to raise money for Riley Children's Hospital. Last year we raised $11,000 at that concert just from free will donations. The country concert we've been able to transition and use as a fundraiser for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Last year I think we raised $6,000, somewhere in there. So they're great fundraising opportunities as well. And the community is very giving because it is a free concert. So we just ask them to, instead of the money that they would pay for parking and tickets, then instead give it to those children's hospitals. So we provide advertising, we provide assistance with some of the meals, we help out with lodging for the bands and the crew members that are coming to the town, and it's really just a great partnership, and we're very, very fortunate that we're able to do that each year. So, thank you.
Chris, thank you. And I know beyond even that, your help with First Fridays, you've been a great partner. Kensington's been a great partner for the city of Warsaw and our entire community, and we certainly thank you for that.
It's our pleasure. Thank you.
All right. So that would be number 9, the contract with Kensington Digital Media. The details have been presented to you. Do you have any questions?
I'm good with it.
I move to approve.
I'll second that.
All right. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Thanks, Chris.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for your work. That's awesome.
we want to go back to item 8, which would be the Blue Holler Band.
Yes, I have a contract here for Blue Holler Band. They will be entertainment for the summer concert series on May 26th for $900.
Questions? Have we had them before?
This is a new one.
It sounds like a new.
We hand out evaluations at all of the concerts, and this one was the one that was, I think, second on our list of people that wanted to see, this come to Warsaw. So when I contacted them, they were really excited to be asked to come and join. And Michelle Boxell also requested that I bring them, so,
Park Board member.
park board member.
It's a Bluegrass Act.
Yes.
In light of all that, I'll move to approve that contract.
Second.
All right.
Thank
Further-
you.
Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
That sounds-
We've got Blue Holler Band on here twice. I don't believe, yeah, there was probably
No.
just a,
That must have been an error.
okay, very good. Then we'll move on to Moonshots, item 11.
Okay. This is also entertainment for the summer concert series on June 9th, and they do anywhere from the 50s to hits from today, and this contract is in the amount of $1,800.
Questions?
I'll move to approve that contract too.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, item 12, Tuxedo Junction.
So Tuxedo Junction was another one that we saw multiple times on our evaluation forms. So this is entertainment for the summer concert series on June 2nd in the amount of $1,200.
Questions?
And they're a big band from the swing era.
Oh, that sounds
So-
awesome. I'll move we approve that contract.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Remind me, Stephanie, doesn't the Indiana Arts Commission provide a grant that supports, is this all of the concerts, or is it a portion of them?
We use that grant. We also use our community foundation for a grant, and then it's also budgeted money.
So Community Foundation as well. I just want to make sure that
Yes.
kudos are given to
Yes,
those
and I'm getting
organizations.
to that in a second.
Oh, perfect.
We received a grant from them, so.
All right. All right, then let's move on to item 13.
Okay.
Art in the Park.
This is for Terry Armstrong. He came and painted with us last year. It was a sold-out event, so we invited him to come back again. This painting class will be on March 10th, and his contract is for $350.
All right, questions?
No, very respected artist.
He
so
is.
I'm
His
impressed.
art is
I'll,
beautiful.
yeah, I'll move we approve that contract.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Those opposed? Thank you. And here's the grant I think you were talking about.
Yes. So exciting news. We received the grant that I wrote. So we had asked for $7,000 this year, and we were given that full amount. This is from the Richard, Evelyn, and Jane Glover Charitable Endowment. And then, like I said, this will go to cover some of these artists that we're bringing in for the summer concert series. So I'm just asking that you allow me to accept this grant.
Great. So we got a $7,000 grant, this one from the Kosciuszko County Community Foundation. And again, that all is going to support what we just heard, so.
Yeah.
Questions?
No, I'll move we accept the grant.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Those opposed? All right.
Okay,
Stephanie, thank you for all your work.
Thank you.
Looking forward to a nice warm evening summer concert.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the excavator purchase, and then we'll, you ready to talk about the bid as well? All right, so we'll start on item 15, 2023 excavator purchase.
Okay, so here, item 15, we're asking on behalf of the Public Works Department, Cemetery, and Wastewater Departments, requesting permission to purchase 3 Bobcat E60 excavators with accessories. This is kind of a collaboration of efforts between all three departments on keeping continuity with the equipment. It was important to keep compatibility from the street department's perspective as well as cemetery, as we've had a Bobcat excavator for the last 10 plus years, so we have a lot of attachments and things that are special fit to those. So keeping these wastewater data accrue on, so we went through the Sourcewell competitive bidding process there with which meets our Indiana Code 522-10-5 is a special purchase where there exists a unique opportunity to obtain supplies of substantial savings to a governmental body. So we are trading in at the Public Works Department our 2013 E55 excavator. And our final price with the purchase of the new one will be $50,529.52. Oakwood Cemetery is trading in their E50 excavator, and their final price will be $36,625.58. And wastewater did not have a trade, but they're adding this for their new construction crew, so their final price will be $84,506.82.
So there's three separate, well, not separate, there's three purchases within this
Yeah.
request. Remind me on these, you guys use these for like a shorter period of time? Isn't that how that's worked out in the past? Or these, it's not like a short-term lease where you're trading them in every other year? I know
Right,
the
we have
street
that with,
department
we
used
have
to
that
do
with some of the skid loaders.
Okay.
We have two, I have two Bobcat skid loaders that, basically they have a full factory warranty for 2 years. So every 2 years, we swap those out. You pay for the first one, and then it's basically just like a trade assessment.
But that's not what's happening
this.
here. Okay.
This is stuff that we've inherited. Like I said, ours is a 2013, so we've had that thing for 10 plus years. So it's time to update and get something a little newer.
Just understanding with three different departments involved, are the funds all coming from, it looks like the different departments, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
all the appropriations are listed on the contract
here it
worksheet
is.
as well for each respective department.
Street department, parks, and then utility.
This was just, again, it was important for us to do this as a joint collaboration. We ended up getting a much better price. I know Hal had gotten some pricing on his own with what he was going to do prior, and I think it ended up being a $12,000 difference, or almost $12,000 difference, just joining up and teaming up with Brian and I to make that move towards Sourcewell pricing. So, significant savings.
Scott, you obviously got involved in this. I would assume you're certainly good with the way this thing has been put together.
I think it's great what they did. I mean, they're saving hundreds of thousands of dollars, literally. And I like the idea it's all the same equipment.
Right.
So who's ever working on it or having parts for it or sharing accessories or whatever that works. I think they did a really, really good job
All right,
getting these bids. And it's a Sourcewell contract, so.
meets the
complies
state
with everything,
requirement,
and-
yep,
Yeah.
great, thank you. Questions?
No.
Lynn, good, what you're looking at here, yes. I appreciate it, all three of you. This is good, so.
Is that a-
You okay?
Yes,
I move to approve.
and I'll second that.
All right, any final thoughts or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. Then you want to go back to the awarding of the bid for the Ford F-550?
Yeah, and I just want to make sure the board is clear, because in our invitation for the sealed quotes for city attorney and city engineer, both working, all three of us working together on this, puts us out there as a price per with the option to buy up to 5, which was what we budgeted for this year for the Public Works Department. They actually have noted here the price of the one and the 3 other chassis available. So there are 4 available. So that's the board that we're not approving just the purchase of one at $65,280. It will actually be the purchase of 4 of those at each, 65,280 each.
But that's a unit price then for those four. How long is that price good for?
On here on the quote, it has till March 2nd.
Okay, got it.
But we put in there the deliverable by no later than March 1st, 2023 was part of the specs that they had to meet. So these are available immediately, basically,
All right,
which is a huge issue with trying to find trucks or any kind of equipment. So these are available now.
Holding on to them.
Correct.
Because he knew we had to go through the public quote process and everything to get there.
right. Okay,
Budgeted for 5, but you can get 4 if you want all 4.
Yeah, there's 4 available here, so we will definitely take all 4, being that we had hoped for 5, but without any other quotes, there are 4 available.
all right.
Now, we're probably fortunate to get them, I imagine,
Sure.
the way I shop around for them. So,
You good?
yeah, I'm fine with it.
I move to approve the 4 units at the pricing that was presented. Is that, Scott, is that okay to make that motion?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'll second that motion.
All right, further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Those opposed? All right, thanks, Dustin, for your work
Thank
on
you.
that. And Brian, item 16, we're still expanding the wastewater treatment plant.
Well, this actually was for the collection system where we put all of our lift stations on a monitoring system. We finally got the last lift station on. I think we had a part on order for over a year. The electrical contractor was actually able to source the part from someplace else so we could finish the last lift station. So that's pretty much what this payment is for that work. I have a couple of bugs we're still working through at the treatment plant, but we're pretty much wrapped up with this project.
All right. Is it working?
It is working. It's nice. We used to have an employee come in an hour early and drive to basically all 50 lift stations and check them. And now we get a report every morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
It's amazing.
Send their crews.
And again, this was all part of that state revolving fund loan that has really been benefiting our community in a lot of different ways. We'll continue to benefit with the expansion, the project up at Tippy Chapman, bringing it into Warsaw. The state revolving, Indiana Finance Authority has been a great partner for our community and our wastewater needs. So again, just an example of being able to update that lift stations for better efficiency and service. So,
Will the new lift stations that are pending be included in all this then at one time too?
Yes.
Or
Well,
will they be
yes.
built in with that?
That's one thing we're working on is updating our standards for lift stations so that the equipment will be part of the build when somebody adds a lift station. We happen to be adding these so that the equipment will be installed.
questions?
No, I'll move to approve the SRF 127.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Those opposed? All right, thank you. Thanks, Brian. And finally, the claims docket.
Oh, I don't have any special claims either.
No
so.
special fund. Did you see anything on there?
Nope.
I didn't see anything that I questioned, so I will move that we accept the claims docket as presented.
Second.
All right, and also the accounts payable voucher, there's two of them,
There's
Yeah.
three.
three,
All
The
three.
regular, the end of the month, and the pension.
okay,
No,
I
I
didn't
move
see
we
the
approve
pension.
all three, I should say.
here it is, okay. All right,
Good. Second.
all right, further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Any other items come forward for the board? All right. Questions? All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All All right, thank you.
So if you could sign those first and pass them down, and then sign that.
Yes.
You don't have to pass those.
I do too.
I got a question for you.